In this Star Wars Eclipse news update video, I will be sharing with you a statement about the development of the game from the developers themselves, Quantic Dream. Before we do dive into all of today's news though, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future news updates on Star Wars Eclipse. So, over the past few days or so, there has been a lot of negativity around the game. It comes just after, literally an hour after I posted this video where I shared that Star Wars Eclipse has gained another writer on the writing team. I also mentioned that they were doing short to medium term filming at the Quantic Dream studio in Paris for the game as well. This came after a few months of plenty of new hires working on the game. For example, we have Julian, a senior game designer that said he can't wait to create an unforgettable experience with this game. Vincent is a level designer and he is excited to join this incredible team to work on Star Wars Eclipse. Amelie is a gameplay animator and she's very proud to join the talented team and can't wait to make this great game. Louis is a gameplay programmer who joined the team and can't wait to tackle new challenges. Raphael is a cinematic artist who was also really excited to share that he's working on the game. And then last week we saw Devin Doyle join the team as one of the writers, who is a long-term Star Wars fan since 1977 when it first came out, and he worked on Divinity 2. Like I said, just after I shared that news with you all last week, a report came out that was not good. All of that is great news, however the happiness feeling that we had once I released that video was short-lived because Stephen Titello, who is a reputable games journalist, released a report detailing that NetEase are essentially shopping around pretty much most of its non-Chinese studios, which includes Quantic Dream. NetEase purchased Quantic Dream for around $100 million back in 2022. Stephen says that many of the studios NetEase are shopping around includes the ones they announced over the past few years. Essentially, NetEase plans to divest itself of the majority of its overseas teams, leading to the potential closure of more than a dozen game studios if they can't secure new post-NetEase funding. Following the dismissal of the Marvel Rivals team based in Seattle and the cancellation of a game that was being developed by one of their other overseas studios, NetEase are essentially just saying they're going to sell everything off that they don't have outside of China, which seems to include Quantic Dream. That said, compared to the other assets NetEase does have, Quantic Dream has quite a lot of revenue that's bringing in from their back catalogue, and of course the Star Wars Eclipse game is going to be huge, even though it's, I'm sure, costing a lot of money, which NetEase likely doesn't want to get involved in. However, we do have an update, as of just an hour before recording this video, from the CEO of Quantic Dream, who posted to his LinkedIn basically giving a company statement on the situation. Guillaume, who is the CEO, said that we are deeply saddened to learn about the recent layoffs and studio closures affecting some of our NetEase Group's divisions. Our thoughts are with everyone impacted and we sincerely hope they quickly find new opportunities. David Cage and I would like to express our gratitude to the fans and friends who have reached out to us in recent days regarding Quantic Dream. We want to reassure everyone that our studios in Paris and Montreal remain unaffected. We are continuing to develop our projects at full pace, with several open positions available in both locations. Those projects do include Star Wars Eclipse. That is their next main game. They are reportedly also developing a live service game that's nothing to do with Star Wars Eclipse, so they are two separate games being developed by the same company. The CEO went on to say that in 2024, so last year, the company actually achieved their highest ever revenue in the history of the company, driven by the exceptional performance of their back catalogue games. Notably, Detroit Become Human reached 11 million units sold across the world, and that is a 2 million increase year on year, which is quite incredible for a game that's quite a few years old now. He said that the developments of our current projects, including Star Wars Eclipse, of course, are progressing as planned, and we are fully committed to developing and launching these innovative, high-quality titles in the future. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Obviously, this can be seen and is to an extent a PR message to basically say, look, Quantic Dream is not being shut down. It is sort of one of the bigger names of this NetEase group that is facing a potential uncertain future. That said, they wouldn't put this out if they were going to close it down very soon. It is possible that Quantic Dream does get sold by NetEase. NetEase just wants to find a buyer, but they're going to let them have time to find a suitable buyer and not just going to shut them down in the immediate future. That is just my speculation, but that's sort of what I read from this statement, that they're going to continue developing Star Wars Eclipse as, like, nothing has changed, but maybe they will have to find a buyer during this time, and that is also something going on in the background. Or potentially NetEase decide that they will keep something like Quantic Dream. Things can change rapidly, as we've seen. I mentioned in my previous video, we had a brand new writer join the team just a few days before I made that video, and then after I posted the video, it was announced that this report came out and NetEase was looking to divest. It will be interesting to see if we do get anything officially on Star Wars Eclipse from Quantic Dream this year. I'm not 100% sure that will happen, but maybe at the Game Awards at the end of this year, if it is still looking like a 2026 release. That's sort of what they was aiming for previously, but again, things have slightly changed. Still, we've heard more about this game in the past few months than we have about almost any of the other Star Wars games in development, so that's a nice change. I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything I've talked about in this video, so please do let me know down in the comment section below, and remember to drop a like to help support the channel. Subscribe so you don't miss any future news updates on Star Wars Eclipse, and if you did miss any of my previous videos, please do check out the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.